This is arguably one of the most rare Honda Element factory accessories that you could buy. Because of course I collect parts, have 3 of these things, and it's ridiculous, but I absolutely love the Dog Friendly Edition kit. So today we're going to be breaking up the parts of the Dog Friendly Edition kit and telling you about each different component. Let's do it. Okay, so this is the first component that we have. This is the Dog Friendly Edition kennel. Now, realistically speaking, the Honda Element has a terrible crunch zone here. If you were to get rear-ended by a big truck or something, whatever is in this kennel, it's toast. No pun intended. Maybe a little bit intended. But this is a terrible idea. This is literally the worst idea Honda ever had, to put a dog in the trunk. So if you have one of these, or you're going to try to find one and get one, I recommend not putting a dog in here. You might as well just put the dog up front with you. Nevertheless, it's pretty cool. So we've got the kennel. It is this sort of like vinyl fabric-y material, and it's got this like screen, of course. Then it's got 2 zippers, so you can zip it up, keep the dog in there, or you can unzip it completely, and the dog goes inside. And then of course we have a mattress inside. The mattress has little button snaps on the bottom of it that snap onto the organizer. This platform here is called the organizer. Why they called it the organizer, I don't really know. It seems like it should have just been called like the platform or whatever. I guess they call it the organizer because the ramp goes underneath. And I'll show you the ramp here in a second. But the base is called the organizer, so that is one component. And then we've got the kennel, which is this whole contraption here. That's another component. And then we've got, of course, the mattress that has the Element dog-friendly print on it, and that is another component, and it all buttons together with little snaps. Now the cool thing about this is it is very portable. Obviously Elements are kind of known for being very modular, easy to fit stuff into, and compact and all that fun stuff. So this of course fits perfectly in the trunk, but not only that, when you don't want to use it but you don't have a place to store it, you can take a zipper on the side, which goes all the way around the top. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you unzip it all the way around, and the whole outer casing of this fabric comes off its like shell bracket. You can kind of see there's a little metal tubular system that goes all the way around it, and that can collapse into a flat piece, so you can store all of this in a confined space. Now, in the back of this kennel, we have a bowl. This is a bowl. It was made by yourstuff.com. It's called the Mo Bowl, and because it's mobile. How clever. So yeah, this is the Mo Bowl. This one is brand new, and then I actually have one also in this box that is brand new, still in box. This one is of course disassembled, because obviously this would not fit into this box, as you can tell. But this little piece that is mounted to this bowl is for the cup holder up front. But it's all disassembled and in this box brand new. Has the part number and the manufacturer and everything. And of course, the website and the company that makes this bowl is no longer around. This is a non-spill bowl. You can kind of see on the inside it looks pretty interesting. And the primary purpose of this bowl is to go in the back of the kennel here. There's a little cubby. I don't know if I'm probably blocking my view here. Let me move around. So yeah, it goes in the back, and there's a little cutout for it, and it sits back there. Kind of neat. Now, moving on from the bowl, we have the dog-friendly fan. This is basically a computer fan in, you know, a housing, essentially. It's pretty cool. It's got an on-off switch at the top, and it is made to form around the back interior molding perfectly. So it sits back there on the passenger side, and then it plugs in with this 12-volt plug into that 12-volt cigarette outlet in the back, and then it goes directly through the screen, and then can blow fresh air onto your pup that's in the back of the kennel. Okay, so moving on to the ramp. This is the ramp. It was built by a company called Solve It. I believe that you can still buy this ramp. I have been told that you can, and I have seen people with very similar ramps, so I'm pretty sure that you can still buy this. So anyway, this ramp, of course, is collapsible so that it can slide under the dog kennel into the organizer. So it just literally folds down and collapses. And then on the back side of it, we've got on the bottom a little strap that keeps it together from folding out. And then you just undo that and can extend the ramp back out when you're ready for it. There we go. And then now your dog can walk up into the back of the car. Kind of neat. Another component of the dog-friendly edition kit is the seat covers. They did not make front seat covers, they only made rear because they intended for your dog to be in the rear of the car. But because I don't want to put seat covers, A, into my customer's car, and B, I don't even want to get them out because I'm just in that way. I grabbed a headrest so you guys can see, but this goes on the back seat. It's a smaller headrest, of course, in the front, but it's got the dog-friendly edition pattern on it. I don't know if you guys can see, hopefully you can. And that's what the whole seat cover looks like. They're pretty cool. So it also came with dog bone print OEM floor mats. So the front of the car and the middle section got an OEM dog friendly edition specific floor mat. It's a all-weather floor mat, a rubber material, and has dog bones. But of course, this kit was intended to be used in the 09 and later models with the cooler console up front. So the middle mat has a cutout for the cooler console, making it, if you were to put it into like a DX, LX, or EX Honda Element, it would have a big hole in it for that console that we don't have in those earlier trim models. So unfortunately, it does not fit. It does fit like almost perfectly in an SC. So if you have an SC and you want to go dog friendly edition with it, the middle mat will fit around that center console quite nicely. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We've got the kennel, the organizer down below, the mattress, the seat covers, the bowl, the fan, and the ramp. That was all of the major package components that you did pick up from the dealership. Now, something that a lot of people don't know that is quite interesting, I think, is that there was actually more to this kit. Let me show you what that is. This is freaking awesome. This bag is a tote bag. I think they call it the dog-friendly tote bag. And it's just got random things, it's literally just a bag. There's not much more to it. It's got like a rubber patch sewn into it on the front that says dog-friendly, and then it's got like maybe some different pockets for maybe like your leash or a water bottle, etc., etc. But this bag was not the only thing. I'm gonna try to attach this microphone to myself so that I can have two hands here. But it is freaking cold. And yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me okay still. Okay, so I'm gonna open this bag and show you a couple things. So we've got, first of all, this is not as super cool, but this is a 2009 Honda Element factory brochure. I collect these things, and some of them you can actually find on my website, toasterparts.com, for sale. So if you're interested in collecting these, you can find some there. But this one, of course, like I said, it's the 2009, which is when this kit came out, and so it's very dog-oriented. You've got the paw prints on the ground, and you can kind of flip through it. And there's really not a whole lot in here that hints to the dog-friendly stuff, other than the cover. Yeah, there's a couple different pieces. There's this page, which is kind of cool. But that's pretty much it. And then it just goes on to talk about the Element in general after that. The next thing that I have, not only do I have one, but I have two of these dog-friendly user information. They're called User's Information Manual. Owner's Manual is literally what it is. So I've got two of these things, and I'll get a kind of a closer look for you guys, but we can scroll through these pages. It talks about, congratulations on your kit, etc., etc. It says where you can get additional components while supplies last at dogfriendlyextras.com. It doesn't exist anymore, trust me, I know. And I have contacted. We've contacted, and anyways, there's nothing left, unfortunately. But it goes on to show you the ramp, the kennel, the fan, the seat covers, the floor mats, and the organizer, and let's see what else. All the little straps and buttons. We've got the water bowl, the switch for the fan, and then the actual emblems, which I'll show you here in a second, which I do have those as well. And then let's see what else we got in here. More about the ramp, the bungee cord for the ramp. One of my ramps still has the bungee cord on it, but most people just kind of like threw those away. And then, oh man, the important stuff. So this is the extra stuff. So we've got the tote bag, which I just showed you. And then we have the leash, which is so cool. We've got the collar, the pet tag, and the bag dispenser. And then anyways, that's pretty much it. It talks about the warranty and all that fun stuff. And then you've got a notes section. And then the most important part is to receive your dog-friendly extras, please return this card. And that would get you the tote bag, leash, collar, bag dispenser, tag, etc. So you'd fill it out and you mail it to Honda. This is the address. And before you ask what happens if you mail in one of these cards now, because obviously I have a blank card that I can mail in. And not only do I have one blank card that I can mail in, but my other owner's manual also has the card in there. So when I got my second one, I was thinking, man, I kind of just want to mail one in and see what happens. Well, a friend of mine made a photocopy of the postcard inside. That way we don't have to sacrifice ripping out the original one. And we mailed it to Honda and we said, hey, we have an original postcard. We'd love to mail it in exchange for the rest of our items, but we didn't want to rip it out and mail it to you guys and then lose it if we weren't able to get, the rest of our smaller pieces. And Honda wrote back. They sent us back a letter and they said, regretfully, we write to you that we're out and there's none left. Then the last thing that I'm going to show you guys is what's in this box. Now this box is pretty special. This is the, I believe this is the original emblems box. I'm going to open this box carefully because, as you can imagine, I'm a stickler for my nice boxes, trying to keep everything nice. Now I'm going to stand in front of this camera because there's something in here that I don't want you guys to see quite just yet. You guys, my camera cut me off and left me talking to myself for like 20 minutes. Anyways, I did get my box open, and if we open up my box, I've got 4 sets of dog-friendly edition emblems. These are the original emblems, and I've got 4 sets ranging from super beat up to a brand new set with the original alcohol cleaning wipes or swabs. Everything's sealed in its original kit. Still have the backing tape on these emblems. Cool stuff. And then I also have the paperwork for the placement of the emblems, because Honda, of course, is Honda, and they're very small detail focused, and so they intended for there to be a very specific placement of the badges. All right, so the last couple things that I have to show you. First thing, super cool, the dog-friendly bag dispenser. One of my dear Element community friends gifted me not only this bag dispenser, but also the tote bag. And I'm not a materialistic person at all, but I am a huge, huge fan of Honda Elements and the history behind them and what was available for them back in the day. And that's why I do love collecting Honda Element rare accessories. So the fact that somebody gifted this to me, I don't know, it's such a, because, I don't know, it just means so much to me, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not a materialistic person, but the fact that somebody thought about me enough to gift me this, because they knew how much it meant to me, like, man, that's awesome. And you know who you are. Hopefully you're watching this video, and thank you for that. It really means a lot to me. And I would mention you, but I don't want to mention your name because people will totally ask you for stuff. So I want to try to keep that on the DL. But anyways, got that. It's pretty cool. Then another Element community member that I bought all of my brand new dog friendly edition package stuff from, it came with this. And thank you for meeting up with me and selling me this kit. I love it. It sits in my shop and people ask me questions about it all the time. But anyways, I got something that I was looking for a really long time, which is this dog-friendly OEM Honda leash. Yes, I have one, and no, it's not for sale. If you offer me $10,000, I would not sell it. And it stays wrapped up in this bag, and it stays in this box in an undisclosed location out of reach from anybody that wants to rob me of it. So good luck. All right, that's it. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. I do really appreciate you guys supporting A, what I'm doing, B, my channel, and following along these little videos that I do. I hate making content. I'm terrible at it. You know, I'll go rambling on while my camera's shut off, and then I'll just lose interest and I just say, screw it, I'm never making this video. But sometimes I get the creative bug and I make these. So hopefully you have enjoyed it. And like I said, I know that I skimmed over everything. I didn't show you the floor mats. I didn't show you the seat covers installed or anything. But if those are things that you are really seriously interested in seeing, let me know, because I can arrange a part 2 to this video where I show you more in depth what this kit is and answer any questions that you guys leave in the comments. But yeah, again, I'm Dave with Toaster Parts. If you need any parts or accessories for your Element, find us on toasterparts.com. We have a very limited inventory on our website, but you can always contact me. My contact information is all over the web, and you can ask me for any particular parts that you're looking for that you can't find on our website. If you need service, we have our full service shop in Wilmington, North Carolina, which is where I am right now. We do anything and everything that you need. And then for about half of the year, I travel and I go to pretty much every single lower 48 states in America, and I come to your door and I work on your Element in your driveway. So if you are in a different state and you want me to travel out to you, go to toasterparts.com/service and scroll to the bottom of the page, and there's a form that you can fill out called the Service Location Request Form. Put in your name, phone number. Geez, it's windy and cold out here today. And then put in what you want us to do to your Element, and where, like I said, where you're located, and I'll get back to you when I'm planning a trip to your area. All right, guys, you guys have a great rest of your week. Thank you for tuning in. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, here on YouTube. Everything is at Toaster Parts. I really appreciate your support. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. I'm gonna get out of this wind. Eesh.